That is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that bottom. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So, sticky and horrible. So yeah, yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. Good afternoon all. Thank you very much for coming and joining myself and Nick. She's not going to say hello.
Hello, sorry.
Thanks for coming and joining us for another Sunday Lunchtime Live. Welcome to all. Thanks everybody for coming over and joining us on this cold, wintry morning. We had a little bit of a dust and snow, nothing major, but a little bit of dust and snow. So hopefully winter's on its way, which I like. We're nice and warm in there, snug and warm in the workshop. And we're going to
25 degrees.
And we're going to do some turning. So what I have today is a piece of spalted wood that I'm going to turn a nice platter. The suggestion was from Jo Senior. Friday night she gave me the suggestion, and I had a piece that I got from Michael when I went down to Devon or Cornwall, wherever it was, that part of the world. And I thought I'd turn it. I had to trim a little bit off of it because it was about 1/2 inch too big to go on the lathe, so I've had to trim a little bit off of it. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Thanks to all who... Hey?
No we about it.
No we. So thanks to all who came over Friday night with the special guest airworm, Jake Thompson. Really enjoyed that. Jake is such knowledgeable. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Jake is so knowledgeable on the resin side of stuff, and I hope if you came over and asked a few questions, you got your questions answered, and I'm sure we'll get Jake on again next year. I'm now lining up the special guest airworms for next year, so hopefully he will be back next year as well. So with that, I think that's about it. Let's crack on with some turning. I'll hand you over to Nick. She'll welcome you all in. She's peeling potatoes, as I can hear. So just quickly, if you're on Facebook watching, you might not hear Nick, but you will hear me. So what happens is if you put a comment or a question in the chat, then she'll relay it to me. I don't know if you'll hear her or not because we're going through StreamYard through Facebook, so I don't know how that works. But if not, if you want to hear Nick, then click on the link that's in the description on the Facebook page, and that'll bring you over to the YouTube channel. So you'll hear everything then. So anyway, I'll get on with this. Nick will welcome you in.
Hello, everybody. Right, I'm sure first in the chat today was Wood Wizardry by Colin. We've got Brian at Woodturning. We've got Douglas Mungham. Got John Scarborough. Adam, I love woodturning. Mark the Gentleman Woodturner. We have Lawrence. We have Chris Dodds. We have Terry Bartlett. I hear congratulations in order, Terry. Barry's Wood Creations. Patrick Hanley. Robert Dolman. Oh, wait a minute, I've got itchy ear, sorry. David J. Heath, the Guildford Carpenter. Brent Beecroft is on. Trevor Reed is on. Doug Miller at Wood Spun Around. Also, good afternoon to Trevor Reed. I might have said him, I can't remember now. Copper Hour Woodturning. Robbo Robson's on.
Hi, Robbo. How you doing, bud?
Michelle Alsby's on.
Hi, Michelle.
Wivey Woodshed. Terry TJ Turnan's on.
Terry.
Christine and Michael Hesseltine.
Good evening. Good morning. Or afternoon now.
Door 60. DJ Brinkley. Michael McEwen. Ruby Clare's on. Hi, Ruby.
Hi, Ruby.
Like I say every week, if I've missed anyone, just give me a shout, because I've sort of rolled through them and then all of a sudden it jumps. So I think that is everybody. Brent said it's snowing where he is.
Oh, lucky man, lucky man. Welcome
The
all.
only thing I don't like with this, I can't see how many people are on the chat, Steve.
We'll enlarge it. I've confused her because I've got two screens going on the computer. She'll be asking for a second monitor next. So we're just going to get rid of some of these high spots because it's a little bit unbalanced.
Brian said there's 45 on. Thank you, Brian. Oh, 46, I can see it now, yeah. Thank you. You sure know how to confuse me. It don't take much, but there you go.
Right, see if we've got that. There's a little bit more got to come off there.
You'll be pleased to know I'll be chopping carrots today.
That's what they came over for. The Nicky chopping carrots. Look at that beautiful pattern in there. Beautiful bit of wood.
We also got to say congratulations to Terry Bray, did you say?
Yep, well done, Terry. Congratulations, sir.
Woodturning by Barry's on as well. Sorry I missed you, Barry.
Hi, Barry. She did say earlier, Barry, she was going to ignore you.
I didn't. Like I say, I sort of moved the mouse down and then it sort of jumps, so... When I used to come out here at 12:30, I used to write them down. But now I come out here at like 5 to 1. Always really busy on a Sunday. It's ridiculous. Whoever said Sunday was a day of rest had to be a male.
Thanks for that. So I'm going to be putting a mortise in this, or a mortise on this. The reason being is because if this ends up really nice, I know someone who might tax it. So I can refinish it when it needs refinishing then.
Me, you mean?
Yeah.
What, for me egg bowl?
Well, it won't be an egg bowl, will it? But that'll look nice in the middle of the dining table. Not dining table, the coffee table with sweets in it, I
You've
reckon.
told me I've got to get rid of stuff and you're giving me more.
Get rid of the tat and have quality stuff in.
Like that god-awful chair you got in your trailer.
That's
You
beautiful.
never known you'd be so pleased about something that's so bloody horrible.
It's lovely.
Isn't
Absolutely
it awful? I don't know what
lovely.
possessed you to
Lovely.
think that I would want that in my house.
Well, you don't. I do.
You have it in your
Right.
workshop. That'd be lovely in sitting out here. I could sit in that just now out here, look.
It's a bit low, love. Right, so.
But wait a minute, you're a carpenter. It's got wooden legs on it.
I'm not a carpenter. I'm a wood butcher. Right, so mortise in there. Not too deep, about 6 or 7 mil deep.
Anyway, guys, you need to be sticking up for me, right? I've asked for
Oh, here we go.
a new kitchen roll holder. Am I going to get it? No.
Goodbye one.
Right? See, I like what he
I,
does. Excuse me, let me finish. I like
okay.
what he does, and then you still moan.
All I said
And
was,
I said, I just don't like it.
yeah, but what can I make? When I said to you, you let me know how you want me to make it, because the toilet roll holder, a kitchen roll holder is a base with a post through the middle. That's it. However, how can you make that differently other than a base with a pole through the middle?
I don't care. Just do it.
All right, I'll make you a base with a pole through the middle then.
And I've asked for a new bowl to put my eggs in because my egg bowls that he's got me is not big enough.
Right, so just clean this up in the middle here.
Woodwork Learner said, Nikki said, my house, not yours, Steve.
Yeah. It's always the case, mate. Always the case.
So then I also, what else did I ask you for? The egg bowl.
I don't know, I shut off the egg bowl.
Yeah, I know you did. I've forgotten what I was going to say. Oh, dementia, I tell you, that's killer.
Right, so mortise in there. Oh, that's a nice bit of spot one. Hopefully that's going to go all the way through. So we're just going to put a little foot on there. About that big, I reckon. So I'm just going to gradually drag some of this away. So I'll get the 1/2 inch gouge out.
Someone's saying camera. Nikki camera. What camera?
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
because you're on the top.
Yeah, sorry.
Paul Lockwood's on.
Is that better? Sorry.
He put,
Right.
by heck, coming to a domestic here. I bet he ain't still bought you those flowers. No, of course he ain't. Had some for my birthday, but that's only because it was my birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I had a memory on Facebook yesterday, 7 years ago. 7 years ago. He came in with a bunch of flowers. I asked him what they for. He said, just because I love you. Have I had any since? Psst. Only for birthday. And my anniversary.
Then I'll tell you something. I don't need to buy you flowers, and I'll let you know that I love you.
Dr. Bob's on.
Hi, Dr. Bob. Hope you're well. Keep it nice and tight to the lathe.
Apparently, Jixie did a nice kitchen roll holder the other day that was different. Don't be so miserable, Stephen. Make Nikki a special one.
Oh, I'll have a look at his video. Did he make a video of it?
And
Oops.
I asked for a countdown to Christmas thing like Brian did, and he said, I won't make one of them. It's horrid, I tell you, absolute horrid. So I'm not going to ask him for nothing else. I'll just go to the shops and buy them.
Right, so going to go quite, not thin with this, but thin enough. I do some nice shear cuts on there just to take that excess off.
Brian said it was a premiere.
Oh, right, okay, I'll go back and watch it later.
I think you haven't taken the mic.
Who?
You.
Why?
Right, so you can build a bar for a shop, you can make all this stuff, but you've got to watch someone else make a kitchenware holder.
Yeah, get ideas.
Joke, absolute joke.
Right, so one more pass. That should be about there. Nice light pass. I think we should be there. So this started off life just around 12 inches across. Very pretty indeed. So I've just got a little bit of a contour, a little bit of a riser, and it's flattening out as it comes to the edge. So move some of the shavings out of the way. Right, so I'm just going to round this off now because it's not very round. Hopefully some of that weight off the edge then.
You're going to make it Christmassy then if you're going to put sweets
Oh, I'm not colouring it. I'll get hate mail if I colour it.
in it. Rexby's on?
Hi Rex, how you doing? Rex, did you get my email that you asked me about some Chuck Buddies and asked for postage? Just wondering whether you got the reply, mate.
Anthony Milner's on.
Hi Anthony, how you doing?
And he said, afternoon all, being out in the snow, just seeing my first snowman. Oh, where are you then to have all that snow, Anthony?
Alright, so that's round. Get it sanded up.
Colin said, I love turning spalted wood. You never know how it will turn out till it's finished.
Exactly.
Robbo's off. He said, good night all, it's bedtime.
See you later, Robbo. Thanks for coming over, mate. Hope you have a good night.
Right. Who did you ask that question to, Steve?
Rex B.
Right, okay. I'll look out for his answer.
I was just going through my emails this morning and seeing, it was quite a while ago, that I replied to him. I just didn't know if he got it or not.
No, he hasn't. Sorry, Steve.
He hasn't got it?
Did you not receive it, or was you not replying? Oh, Anthony is in Manchester.
Oh, it's not far away
so
then.
How much snow have you had there then, Anthony?
What I'll do then, Rex, is I'll send another one. Just finish this edge a little bit. So I'm going to take this up to 240 grit. On it they all. Just clean the middle out of there. Don't forget, guys, next Friday is the Christmas special for Battle of the Makers. So it should be a fun entertainment. Yep, next Friday.
The 4th?
No, the 3rd
5th.
even.
Oh, 3rd.
Our contestants are Martin Sabian Smith and Les Vaughan on the team called the Hampshire Hogs. And the other team called the Dorset Knobs are Cole Winway and Craig Steele. So it should be an entertaining evening.
Terry said, could you put translucent yellow over the spalting to enhance it?
Translucent yellow. Could do. Terry who? Bartlett or Terry?
Bray.
Bray. He just wants me to get hate mail for colouring spalted wood. So just clean up inside there. Just spend a bit of time sanding this because I want it nice.
Colin said to check Betty is an awesome idea. Colin from Wood Wizardry.
Thank you, Colin. It's yeah, it's very useful.
Oh, Rex B, I hope you're okay now. He said he was in hospital for a while and the wife took over the account and deleted everything. So starting new.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Rex. Hope you're okay.
So Anthony Milner said about, I don't know if it's 3/4 or 3 to 4 centimetres, but he said it's melting now.
So that's 180 final grit. Should put a new one on there. As Martin says, use sandpaper like you don't pay for it.
Benjamin's on.
Hi Ben, how you doing, mate?
They're talking about this, putting this yellow on it.
Yeah.
And Mark said honey works well on spalted. And Colin said, wouldn't that make it a bit sticky, Mark? Woodwork Learner said honey on toast is... Oh, I love honey on toast. And Mark put intrinsic honey.
Right, so last one, 240 grit. Just remember when you're doing spalted wood, if you haven't got good extraction, make sure you wear a respirator. Because obviously the spalting is mold spores, so you don't want to be breathing that in. Right, so just clean that middle up.
Steve Fleming's on as well.
Hi Steve, how you doing?
Colin said it is a lovely colour.
It's very it will darken up a little bit when I sand and seal it, but let's have a look, see what it looks like.
Terry's just asked Brian a question. Are the Christmas countdowns easy to make and do they take very long? Well, for a wonderful turner like yourself, Terry, I'm sure that won't take you long.
So there we go, look at that, it's very pretty bit of wood.
I think I need to stop peeling potatoes, if not that's all you're going to get for your dinner today.
Potatoes.
That's what I'm going to do myself some for tomorrow anyway.
So I don't think I'm going to colour that. Because, no, I'm not going to colour it.
You're not going to be bullied into colouring that, are you?
No, I'm not going to colour it because it's too nice to colour. Really is too nice to colour.
But like I say, wouldn't the yellow bring the...
Well, no, I don't know. Well, it would, but I don't really want to colour it, to be honest. It's too pretty to colour.
Don't them.
Right, so I'm going to give it a coat of sand and sealer. Which should bring out the colours a bit better.
Right. That's the potatoes done. Oh, I'm looking forward to next Friday. That's the end of my isolation period, having contracted COVID last week. Oh, John, I hope you're okay with that.
Who's that? John Scarborough?
Yeah.
Oh, John, sorry to hear that.
Rex B said that spalting is beautiful. Doug's asked John how he's doing as well. Adam's still waiting for the splatting. So is Mark.
God, strong.
He said he thinks he's over the worst now.
Glad to hear it.
Rex wants to know what's a Christmas countdown. So,
Brian's website.
Shush.
Sorry.
Brian at Hartwood did a Christmas countdown, and it was like triangles on the top, and then he'd done a gonk, so the gonk moves along to the countdown for Christmas. But I'll put his link in a little while, and you can have a look at it. Terry said, I was thinking of how difficult it would be for Steve to make one.
Who said that?
Terry.
Terry Bray.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it manually like Brian did though. I'm too lazy. I'd do it on the CNC. What am I looking
Chris
for?
Dodd said no splatting then.
Splatting. Anything's possible.
Oh yes, you forgot about that. Barry Wood Creation asked what happened to the firework week.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. I think there's only about 6 people send photographs in. So the 6 people who I send photographs, I will do a short clip and stick it up on YouTube by the end of this week coming.
Ruby Claire said, wise decision, Steve.
Yeah, I think.
Woodturning by Barry said, do not colour it. No, do not colour it. Mark said, should have coloured it. John Scarborough said, don't colour it, Steve.
No, it's criminal the colour spalted wood. Right, so Yorkshire grit. Give it a coat of Yorkshire grit original. Take us up to about 1,000 grit so we can get a nice finish on the bottom.
Workshop's on.
Hi Tommy, how you doing? So nice dose of grit.
Chris said Steve's not good with straight lines.
So good coat of grit on it, and then we'll.
Workglenn said Steve would drop it like the tool under the lathe. That's not under the lathe, is it? That's he's got like a bit of board across it that he lays them on.
So gently work this in. Don't need to apply any pressure on the grit. Let the grit do all the work.
Ben said he likes it how the witch is peering over the bowl.
Hey there, witchy. I'll leave the witch here because it bugs Brian. So going to spend a bit of time letting this Yorkshire grit do its bit. Gently working it in. So we get a nice smooth finish. Keep working over our piece.
Who's doing tomorrow night?
Mark, I believe. Alright, so just speed this up a little bit now. Just so we can get the last out of the grit.
Get off, stupid.
Clean tissue, or the other side of the tissue now, just wipe off the excess.
So this is Brian's page. I don't know, you'll be able to find it on there somewhere.
And we want to be bringing that out till we've got a clean piece of tissue. Then we know we've got all our grit off.
Tommy's Workshop said, anyone needs to know anything about Spalton, look for Dr. Sarah Robinson. Dr. Spalton.
Mr. Bin.
Mark said, oh, so when I have a piece of Michael Spalted wood, it's okay to cut it when you have it, lol.
Yeah, too right. If you're easily led.
Chris said, Ben, the eyes follow you. I think he means from the witch. Benjamin said, Chris, yeah, I was just about to say that. Haha. Rex B said, if the Yorkshire grit doesn't work, what then, please?
Yorkshire grit don't work for what?
Don't know. Michelle said, Mark, double standards, lol. Mark said, maybe. Got given. No, it's gone.
Oh, look, the Yorkshire gets in.
Hi, Glenn. Adam said, I'm not sure Phil Irons would agree with not colouring spalt with wood. Jay's Woodturning's on.
Right, Jay, how you doing? Right, so that's took us up to about 1,000 grit.
Brian's put his link in there.
Good man.
Thank you, Brian. Mark, you can put your link in for tomorrow, can't you?
So now
the rest of my vegetables.
Now we're going to give it a coat of wax. So Hampshire Sheen, get a screwdriver, Stephen. Hampshire Sheen high gloss wax. Give it a couple of coats, get a nice finish on it. I'm not looking for a major sheen, but I'm looking for shine. Sorry, but I'm looking for a subtle sheen. So put a coat of this over, making sure we work it right into our piece.
I can't believe I'm out here in a t-shirt. I'll take my jacket off. It looks quite toasty.
So rub that in.
We're at 26 now.
Oh,
26.2.
Do you want me to turn it down for you?
No. I like to be warm.
Right.
Yeah, Brian's put the link in for the Christmas countdown.
There you go. Right. So we want that. So that's just starting to be tacky, and then we'll buff off. I'm going to buff this one off with a normal tissue, and then I'm going to put another coat over the top of it, and then I'm going to buff that off with a proper polishing cloth from Chestnut.
Right. Anthony Milner's got a question. Is there any advantage in following the standard Yorkshire grit with the microfine Yorkshire grit before final wax or Hampshire sheen?
Right, just read that again, please.
Is there any advantage in following? Oh, just bear with me a second. Is there any advantage in following the standard Yorkshire grit with the microfine Yorkshire grit before the final wax or Hampshire sheen?
Yeah, on if you're using hardwoods, if you use the microfine, that'll take you up to about a 2,000 grit. The original only takes you up to about 1,000 grit. If you want a real deep shine on it, a nice sanded finish, then you can go over the top with microfine. Microfine is not just for resin, it's for timber as well. But I only ever use it on hardwoods. I don't use it on softwoods. And then, like you say, you can then go over the top with your final desired finish, whether it be a wax or an oil or whatever you want to do. Right, so that's the first coat polished off.
Rex B's just said that's elegant. Brian, your Christmas countdown. Mark's not sure he's going to do his live tomorrow, but he's put the link in. Terry's put his link in as well. Well done, Terry.
Second coat.
As you're on here, it's actually doing it. And Steve, on Facebook, you've got Glenn Senior and also Brett Cunningham.
Oh, good evening.
So I have just messaged back Brett and said hi. So
hi, Brett.
Michelle's on, but I don't think she's commented. She's just put a ooh face, but that was ages ago.
Right, so second coat of Hampshire Sheen. Like I say, Hampshire Sheen, you can put as many coats as you like. The good thing with Hampshire Sheen, the more coats, the deeper the shine will be to get you that shiny finish. But like I said, I don't want a major shine on this. I just want something that's got like a slight sheen to it.
Oh.
What are you doing?
No, it's a bit bored, just fell over. Mike Waltz on.
Hi, Mike, how you doing, mate? Right, so I'm just going to buff this off now with a cloth.
And Christina Michael Heseltine said they got the wood burner stove lit, so are cozy. Steve's got his wood burner going and his oil burner.
I've got the wood burners in the garage.
Yeah, so that takes a little while to sort of filter through here, but
I was in the garage earlier, so I wanted it warm in there. And I get loads of offcuts of wood from work, so might as well use it.
And you got wood that you won't let me burn on the house one, haven't you? So.
Yeah, old pine and old conifer and all I burn on the. I don't burn conifer on the house. Excuse me, in the house, because it spits and makes all the glass sticky in the fire. Right, so buff this off with a cloth. Just make sure when you use a cloth, you don't wrap it around your hand, just in case it does grab. Keep your hand flat, palm on it, so if it does snatch, it's going to take it away from your hand and not tangle your hand up inside the machine.
Mike Watt said that looks a nice piece.
Thank you, Mike. Hope you're well, sir. Hope your eye's getting better. So there we go. Sanded up to 1000 grit Yorkshire grit. Then 2 coats of the Hampshire Sheen High Gloss Wax. And we end up with a nice sheen on it. Nothing high gloss, but nice and subtle.
Ben said, I use an 8 kilowatt heating at my shed yesterday. I'm so tight it hurts.
Right, so put the lid back on that so we don't get dust in it.
We also were quite, I'm not going to say fortunate, because we weren't fortunate that we lost your nan and granddad, but when we had to empty their house, they had a great big bunker, didn't they? Or 2 bunkers.
Full of coal.
Full of coal. So we now have 2 bunkers in our back garden full of coal. So we also got that as well, because the one in our house is a multi-fuel.
So there you go. Nice.
So we sometimes just bung the coal on, don't we?
Yeah, nice sheen on that, which is what I wanted. Right, so let's get that in there. The front of this is a little bit uneven, so we'll just clean the front up before we get carried away. Now I'm not going to go too thin on this. Don't want it too thin. Maybe leave it about 10 mil, 10 maybe 15 mil thick. But I'm going to try and leave a bit of a rim on it. Try and leave a bit of a rim on it, and then scoop the inside in so it's like a wide, well not too wide, but I might put a bit of texture around the outer edge here. But what we'll do first is clean that edge up. Safety glasses, Stephen. Stop eating the carrots. I can hear you crunching like a reindeer. Right. So let's get this cleaned up. I'm using a 1/2 inch scale, doing some shear cuts just to clean this edge up.
Steve.
Yeah.
Adam said, what is chestnut polishing cloth?
Right, I'll show you. It's they're called safety cloths.
That's what Brian said. Is that not a safety cloth?
Yeah, they're called safety cloths, but you know, obviously use them for polishing off, or I suppose you can use them for applying stains and whatever else. Not expensive, £5.10 for 10, and I know a lot of other makers cut them into 4s or 8s, so there's plenty in a pack. And they're actually nice. They're quite soft. They're like a piece of lint cloth, and this is the size of them. As you can see, they're huge. So you could cut that into 4 really if you wanted to. But I mainly use them for polishing. That's what I call them, polishing cloths.
Terry's got to go. He's going shopping.
See you later, Terry. I think tissue's plenty good enough to put in colours and stains and everything else on. So, oops, wrong gouge. But they are good. And I think they're better than tissue for polishing off, because when you're polishing, you seem to get a little bit of a score line in your piece with a piece of tissue. Move that back a little bit. Oops, not that far.
Benjamin said Emma cuts them into 8, I think, but her hands are tiny, so 4's are probably about right.
Yeah, I know Emma cuts them into smaller pieces.
Oh, what am I putting them in there for? That's silly.
Right, so now we've got that balanced. Get a bit more speed on that.
Oh, there. Steve's Rex got a question.
Go on then. Hit me with it, Rex.
On the chuck buddy, does it only hold the chuck? I have a vacuum wood rubber piece on one chuck. Is that too much? I hope to screw them onto the side of my wood turn and tool chest.
Right, read the question again, sorry.
The chuck buddies.
Yep.
Does it hold only the chuck? I have a vacuum wood rubber piece on one chuck. Is that too much? I hope to screw them onto the side of my wood turning tool chest.
No, I don't know, because I don't know how heavy the rubber piece would be. Obviously, if there's a lot of nose weight, then it may snap because they're only plastic. They shouldn't do because they're virtually solid. I print them with 50% insert. So, but there's a lot of weight on that part there. The only thing I can say is try it. I don't know. I wouldn't know, mate, because obviously I've never tried it. Right, move that around a little bit. Get this cut down to the thickness we want, and then we can start getting some shape on it.
You can't be at it too late anyway. You've got to come and cook apple crumble.
I know. Not just any apple crumble.
Apple and strawberry apple crumble.
Daddy's apple crumble.
Which means hardly any apple and 26 times the amount of crumble.
Oh yeah. Can never have too much crumble. Right, so let's get a thickness on that. I think we want to be a little bit thinner than that. Yeah, definitely a bit thinner than that.
Charlie Taylor's on.
Hi Charlie. How you doing?
Ben said, Rexby, if you put it on a slight tilt, it would take away some of the downward force.
Yeah, that is correct. That's what Brian does at Woodturning. He's on an angled shelf.
Mark said, your bevels look mighty shiny, Steve. Any reason?
Yeah, because I sharpened it. With my diamond belt.
Rex said, okay, we'll buy an extra just in case. Plus, we'll do Benjamin suggests too. Doug's got to step out for a bit. Should be back before you finish.
Thank you, Doug. Brian puts his at a slight angle on the shelf. So
that's what he's saying. I have a 5-inch heavy chuck on one of mine. I have them on a shelf mounted at 45 degrees to cause less stress on the chuck buddy, but they're pretty tough. Yeah,
like I say, they're only plastic, but like I say, I do infill them 50%, so they are pretty strong.
Donald B. Woodturning's on.
Hi, Donald. How are you, sir?
Robert said we make an apple crumble with carrots. No, Steve's doing that. I ain't touching them. Kim Dickerson's on as well.
Hi, Kim, or Chris, should we say?
And Benjamin. Oh, did Steve get a diamond belt? What's this? What's a diamond belt? Have I missed something?
Who, you, darling?
More stuff you're buying?
No!
Like the package you was disappointed with this morning because it didn't all come?
No, it didn't come. I was gutted. I thought it was all going to be here. No, I told you I bought it.
Did you know?
Yeah, I said when I was away, Glyn made me buy one. Right, just a little bit more off of there then, just to get that down to where we want.
It's all right. We won't eat for the next week. That's fine. You keep buying your stuff. You know, as long as you've got your stuff and heating in your workshop, and don't worry about us.
I'm glad you've actually realised that I'm more important.
In your dreams. And Woodwork Glenn said, surprised you're not having a carrot crumble.
Well, I think that is thin enough. I don't want to go much
Misha, you're
thinner.
not supposed to be encouraging him.
Who's that?
$12.99, Steve.
Yep, mine was exactly the same price as Brian's, $12.99. We did get a deal. That was buy one get one for $12.99. What am I looking for? Tape. Right, 10mm, perfect. Right, so we're going to mark out the width of our rim. So I don't want nothing too wide, but around about there, I reckon. So that's about 1 inch and a bit.
Oh dear.
So I'm going to be using the 3/8 bowl gouge just to take a little bit of that, get rid of that. So look at that. Right, so I think I'm going to do a little bit of texturing on this edge. So I'm going to shape this a little bit. I'm going to round this off, this edge off, and then we'll do the texturing at the end. What's the matter?
Scrated my nail.
Oh, don't spill blood over my bench, will you? Right, so
The only blood that'll be on this bench is yours.
just a gentle passes with the 3/8 gouge.
Brian said I got permission from Michelle to buy one. Nikki, they was only $12.99.
Yeah, I told you it was only $12.99. And Brian wouldn't lie to you.
Rexby said I hear wood chips is good for the body. Robert Dolman said no, Nikki, no way I'd get that past Karen. Mark said diamond belt for Steve, diamond earrings for Nikki seems fair. Mike Walt said I was lucky I got 2 for the price of 3. Michelle said definitely Mark. Charlie said you got 1 spare, Mike. Woodwork Glenna said same for Kim, Mark. Mark said personally I blame Mike Walt for influence us all to get diamond belts.
Mike weren't even there, bless him.
JP's on? Are you JP?
Alright, Jamie, how you doing, mate? Hey?
You're going to message him, ain't you?
I need to speak to him. Yeah, Jamie, are you free after the live? I need to speak to you, mate, about something. Right, so I don't want that too deep in there. Mind you, the deeper I put it, I suppose the more sweets I can get on it. So just take that out a little bit in the middle there.
Jennifer's Craft Creations is on as well.
Alright, Jennifer, hope you're well.
Fred Gilliver is on as well.
Hi, Fred.
He's just had his COVID booster jab.
Oh, well done, sir. I need to book mine, really.
Yeah, I don't know if you got to do it. Well, Casey's got to book her second as well, isn't she? So. Mike said, first time I've been blamed for anything.
I don't blame you, Mike.
Brian said it was still Mark's fault. Mike's fault, not Mark's this time. He said, yes, mate, he'll be free.
Good man. Right, so just got a little bit more out of it.
Benjamin said, I got my diamond belt like 6 months ago when it was still cool to have one. Now it's lame and out of fashion, evidenced by Steve having one.
Oh, thanks, Ben, for that.
Is noise cancelling on? We are getting no tool noise.
Who said that?
Adam, I love Woodturning.
Yes, noise cancelling is on, mate. I find sometimes that if you don't turn your noise cancelling on, you can't hear what the people are saying because all you can hear is the chattering in the background, the turning noise. And we all know who turned. That it is quite noisy.
Woodturning by Barry's got to go and dish his dinner up.
See you later, Barry. Thanks. Oh, Barry, did you? Oh, is that Barry Woodturning? Is that? No, that's not Barry up the road.
Barry.
No, that's not Barry up the road, is it?
No. Gaz from Gaz Glass Driftwood Turners on. He said, if that's for Sweet Steve, you may need to go way deeper.
Way deeper. I just want to do one more. I'm just going to sharpen my gouge up, and I'm going to do one more pass, the famous one more pass, and then I think we'll be ready to sand it out.
Jennifer said she's had her booster jab. Mark said he had his Monday, felt with Tuesday, but okay now. Jennifer said everything's Mark's fault.
Yeah.
Adam said he had his booster this morning too.
I think we need to get him done.
Colin said he had a dead arm for the day. Woodwork Learner said if that's for sweets, it needs a big hole in the bottom and placed over a bath-sized sweet container.
Yeah.
Adam said looks ace.
Right, so just sharpen that. Let's just give that a last pass over. Nice gentle pass with a sharp gouge.
Nearly. Barry's Wood Creation said, lovely piece of wood, Steve. That's the one you need to speak to, isn't it?
Yeah, I sent Barry an email, a message earlier, Barry. I don't know if you got it or not. Right, let's have a look at that. Ooh, some of that spalten's coming through the bottom. Look, nice. I just got a little bit of a ridge there for some reason. Let's see if we can get that out. Okay.
Don't know how long you want to go for. It's nearly 2.
Okay. Right, I've got to be careful now because it's getting quite thin in there with the mortise. So we'll just give that a bit of a sand. I'm going to use the drill because the boss is rushing me.
I'm not rushing.
No, I'm joking. Right.
Kim said funnel time. Alf keys on.
No, we don't do funnels on this channel. If you want to see funnels, you need to go to the Gentleman Woodturner. He stands through the bottom of his.
Alf keys on. Nikki Steve just been on my live. Thread on my tool rest holder. Banjo been on Actimin's site. Can't find anyone help in the chat.
What's he want?
So I'll say that again. His thread on his tool rest holder, and in brackets he's put Banjo. Been on Actimin's site. Can't find anyone in the chat help.
Can't you helicoil it? If the thread's gone in it, can't you helicoil it?
Wood dudes on.
Oh, Stephen? I think that's Stephen.
Right, I'm just going to pop and take some of this stuff in.
Okay. Right, so sand this up to 240. 180. Final 240. Whoops. So that's sanded up to 240 now. Just needs a little bit more there. Just got a little bit of whatever that is there. So let's just get the so got rid of that. Yeah, it's got rid of that. That's better. So I'm just going to do a little bit of texture on there. But first I'm going to round this rim. I'm going to round this rim off here, just to get rid of them sharp edges. And then we'll seal it, and then we'll put a little bit of, what do you call it on it? Sand and sealer. So I'm just going to use the bowl gouge just to round them off slightly. Really using my gouge as a scraper, really, just to get rid of those corners. Like that. So we'll just get a bit of sandpaper now, and just sand them round. So the extraction helps.
Back. Brent said Steve doesn't do funnels anymore, just sinks.
Yeah. So nice curve on there.
Barry says he's got the message, I'll let you know.
All right, mate. Cheers.
Alf said Steve, he's not sure what that is.
What?
What you said to him.
What I said to him? What would I say? Can't remember now.
About doing something.
I can't remember. My memory is terrible. Sorry, Alf.
Idiot. He said that it's thread on his tool rest holder.
Oh right, okay, yeah. A helicoil is. Hang on, I'll show you. I'll show you what a helicoil is. Right, so if you're in the engineering trade and you strip a thread on a whatever, where's the kit? I can't find the kit.
While you're just looking for that, Ruby Claire said, Steve, a line burnt along the outside rim would look good.
Yeah, it would. It would exactly, Ruby, on the outside
Robert's
edge.
got to go because his lunch has arrived.
See you later, Robert. Thanks for coming out. Right, so a helicoil.
Jimbo's on.
Hi, Jim. How you doing, bud? So if you strip a thread, I don't want to open this the wrong way. That way. If you strip a thread on an engine or whatever, you can re-drill it out and put in what they call a helicoil. Now this, if I can get one out of the box, this is what they call a helicoil, which is a piece of stainless steel wire coiled up that you drill out to your new size, which would be that size. Then you tap it out to that size, which is the same size as your new thread. So if you stripped an M10 bolt, you'd re-drill out with that, you tap it to that and screw that back in with the tool that you get with the kit, which is that. So that goes in like that. You screw that into your new hole with your depth gauge so you know how deep you're going in. And then what that does is that gives you a brand spanking new M10 hole with a stainless steel insert, so you'll never strip it again. We used to use them a lot when I was in the garage and also in the engineering trade. They're not cheap, but they will give you a permanent fix, which is most probably going to be cheaper than a replacement banjo. And what you can do, you can buy individual. That's a whole set that does M5, no, sorry, M4 up to M12, I believe. But you can buy bits or kits that only does one specific size. Hope it helps.
Doug Miller said, back. This bowl's looking great. Camera, please.
Oh, sorry, Doug. Sorry, Doug.
Ed Wilson's on. Howdy from the west coast of Arizona.
Hi, Ed. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're well. Right, so we're sanded. So, Ruby, was you want about a line on this face or on the actual edge of the platter? Can I ask, please? Right, so I'm going to do a little bit of texturing on this. Nothing major, nothing high tech, just a little bit of texturing just to break that rim up, really. So I'm going to be using the Robert Sorby texturing wheel, mini texturing wheel. Drop my thing down. Like I say, I don't want nothing major on there, only a slight angle.
Ben said you could also just go a size up, couldn't you? So if it's an M8, retap it for M10.
You can do, but obviously for an M10 bolt, for an M8 bolt is a 6.9mm hole. For an M10 is an 8.6. If you've stripped your thread, you may not have enough metal to bite it back in into good steel. So you might have to go up 2 sizes.
Right, you've got some questions. So Wood Visited by Colin said, when using black spray paint on a wood piece, do you put sand and sealer on it first?
Yes, is the answer.
Mike from Ilminster's on.
Hi, Mike.
JP said he does like that shape.
Thank you, JP. It's always a good thing to remember that if you're staining, then you don't sand and seal. If you're painting, then you sand and seal.
Al said, wow, thank you very much. Thank you, much obliged.
Oh, you're welcome. If it helps. Right, so just a slight pattern in this edge, nothing major, only perhaps a 1/2 inch wide. Can you see? Yep. Let's put it on the back camera. Oh no, I don't think you'll see it on the back camera. Oh yeah, you might do. So lathe's only about 500 RPM. We want to be resting this part of the tool over the tool rest, and then just gradually don't put loads of pressure. You don't need to put loads of pressure on. So you can, I don't know if you can see that. You can just see the pattern in there. So I'm just going to do it again. It's not quite really deep enough. That's better. You can see that. And what we'll do is we'll just put a bit of gill cream or something in there just to enhance that a little bit. So I'm just going to get a Scotch-Brite to denib that because you're going to end up with little fluffy bits. You can sand it.
Ruby said on the face.
On the face, right. Thank you, Ruby. So you can sand that, but I prefer to denib it with a Scotch-Brite because if you sand it, obviously you're taking away your texture in then. So what we're going to do now is, I think, I'm just going to put a little tiny line in there with a detailing tool. I'll use my pointed tool. And we're going to put a line just on the outside of that edge. Like that. A little bit of a warp in that bit of wood. Hence why we've missed it there.
I've got cold now.
That's better. And then we'll don't need one on the other side, I don't think. No, I'm not going to. Do I band it? Do I put one on the other side as well? What do you reckon, Nick?
Sorry, I'm not looking.
Oh, there's a surprise.
Oh, where? Don't
Well,
forget I'm behind, so.
well, you can come to the door. They can't see you.
May as well get up.
Oh, no, it's hard. Right, so I've put a line there. Do I put one on the other side of it? Or do I just leave it as is?
No, put one on the other side.
Put one on the other side. The boss said put one on the other side. Right, there we go. Perfect. Right, so we're going to burn that. Going to use a piece of Formica to burn that. You can use whatever you want to use, but I'm using a piece of Formica. Actually, no, I'll use a lollipop stick. I'll use a lollipop stick, I think.
Philip Jason, can I use the elf texturing tool for the same type of effect?
I think the elf texturing tool is more for end grain, but I can't see why not. I've got an elf texturing tool here. I've never used it yet. So I'll be playing with that over Christmas.
Will you now?
Right, so Formica burn. Bit of speed, plenty of speed to get that friction.
You're supposed to be spending time with family over Christmas.
Well, you're going out. So a bit of texture, bit of burn lines in there. Cool, that's filled the workshop up with smoke. So we've got some nice dark lines there. So we'll sand and seal that now. Then we can get some gild cream on it, or embellishing wax, whatever you want to call it, to enhance that texturing. You don't need to, obviously if you put your texture in, if you put your embellishing wax on now, it's going to soak into the grain, and we don't want that. We want the grain sealed. The embellishing wax is just to enhance our piece or our texturing. So make sure we get plenty over our texturing. You're going to get a bit being used, sand and sea is now going to run out of using I don't know what I was going to say now. No, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. My brain's just fired and it's gone. I'll just have to open this new tin of Hampshire Sheens. Right. Yeah, no. Whatever I was saying, forget about. Can't even remember what I was talking about. Alright, give us a good coat because we want it sealed well. I'm using Hampshire Sheen's cellulose sand and sealer straight out of the tin because it's pre-finned. The chestnut one I normally fin, so and I ain't got time to fin it now, so we'll use this. I do believe that the Elf texturing tool is a pretty good tool. That's why I ordered one. It's just about giving you different effects on different things. I know a lot of it is for spindle work. I believe it's mainly used for spindle work, but I'm sure you can use it anywhere really, like any other tool.
Marcus said it's mainly for spindle work.
Yeah, but like a bowl, like a spindle gouge, you use a spindle gouge on a bowl. So why can't you use a spindle texturing tool on a bowl? There's no right or wrong for anything really, is there? Right, let's just blow all that muck out of that texturing.
Chris Dodd said nice platter, and Mark said it's an age thing, Steve.
What's the name thing? Forgetting things. Right, so I'm not actually going to Yorkshire grit this outer edge. I'm just going to do the middle. So let's get the Yorkshire grit out. Who are you? Right, so Yorkshire Grit Original, just in the middle here. I'm not going to put it over my texturing piece because I don't want my texture full of Yorkshire Grit. I want it full of whatever we're going to put over it. So hopefully we've got 3 minutes of sanding on this bowl for the middle.
John Scarborough said that looks stunning, Steve.
Thank you, John. I'm going to put some gold around the outside to make it Christmassy, I think. What do you reckon,
Said you weren't
Nick?
going to colour it.
I'm going to put some embellishing wax on, that's all. Just to enhance that. That's either black or gold. What do you want?
Gold.
Gold?
Yeah.
Got purple and pink.
Don't just put gold.
What? Did you hear that?
Sake.
You can tell she works in a school, can't you?
Alright, miss, let's get now. Oh, I'm all glittered out, me. Did a little bit of glittering on Friday, that was enough. I like glitter, but not when I've got to use it. Ooh. Just into shivers down my spine.
Alright, so just gently work this in.
Norman Greenmill's on. Said the burn lines look good.
Thank you. And welcome. Speed up a little bit. Just turn my tissue, just get rid of the excess. Clean bit of tissue.
Barry's Wood Creations looking great, Steve. Have to go now. Bye, Nikki and all. Bye, Barry.
See you later,
Take
Barry.
care.
See you later, mate. Right, so that's the middle sanded with not sanded seal. Yorkshire Grit. Give us a nice smooth finish. So I'm just going to rub over that again with a Scotch-Brite. Now we've put our sand and seal on it just to denib it. So I'm not actually going to worry about getting a little bit of embellishing wax in that black or in the burn lines. The reason being is because of one of two things. First thing is we can get rid of it right at the end with the just running the formica down it or a piece of wooden stick or whatever. And secondly, if we actually get a bit in there, it might just enhance that a little bit better as well. So, gill cream or embellishing wax, should I say. Hampshire Sheen's embellishing wax. Get it on your tissue. And we want to really rub that into that textured piece. And like I say, you're not really going to see a lot of it on this wood because it's quite light anyway. But it should be just enough to just give it a little bit of definition. Like I say, I'm not worried about it getting in that line because I can bring it out. We'll just try not to get it on this piece here. And the good thing is if you put a bit of texture and you don't like it, you can just turn it right up again. What's the question from Ben?
Oh, sorry. Just trying to do a bit short one. Steve, where do you get your 22cc airbrush bottles? They're pretty pricey on eBay.
Wish I got mine from. They take a little while to get here, but they're a bit cheaper, mate. Right, so.
Wivey said he got his from Everything Airbrush.
Right, so that's in. A clean bit of tissue. Another bit of tissue.
Not another bit. Good job you bought some yesterday, weren't it?
Right. Just buff that off.
Give it a buff.
Wax on, wax off. So I'm just going to get my formica, whatever it is, you know, plastic stuff. Put in my gaps to take out the wax. So you can just see the gold in there. You can't. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Can you? Yeah, just about. You can just see the gold bit, gold texturing on there. I didn't do the texturing too deep. Speak, Stephen. I didn't do the texturing too deep because the wood's quite soft and that just tore it apart. So I just gently brushed it over a couple of times. So what we're going to do now is just going to wax it. I'm not going to wax this part here. The reason being is because the wax will get in on top of the embellishing, the texturing, and then that'll go like a misty whitey colour. So I'm just going to wax the middle. I'm actually going to use the tissue I used earlier.
You're not.
I am. I'm going to economise. So just going to wax this around. Try not to get it into our lines because, like I said, it will go white and horrible. Make sure you rub it well in. And I'm going to give this a couple of free coats like I did the back. And hopefully, if it's sitting on your table, it might give you a couple of different contrasts with just the embellishing wax around the outside and the shiny bit in the middle.
Copperhouse said looks nice.
Thank you, mate.
Said very cool piece.
Thank you.
And Woodwork Learner said looks excellent, Steve.
Thank you very much. So it's just gone tacky. So like I say, I'm going to do the first couple of coats with a tissue, and then the final coat I'm going to do it with the safety cloths, or cloth, should I say. Like I said before, you don't need to be pressing hard. And you don't be using the tips of your fingers. You want to be using the flat bits of your fingers when you're pushing your towel on. Therefore, you get a nice flat surface. You don't end up with marks in it. So just wipe this off on the edge on the back. So we're going to leave that textured bit. So that's our first coat. You all right?
Yeah, my hands are sore.
So second coat, exactly the same.
Jennifer said, Ben, you can get them from RDG Tools, 5 times 22cc bottles, less than £7.
There you go.
JP said he's off to have his dinner. He'll give you a message when he's done.
All right, mate. Thank you, JP.
I've got really cold. I think that's because I went out and wrapped my coat on.
Wow. I can't say nothing about that, can I? Casey, I mean Nicola.
Just smack.
All right, buff this off.
I don't like that.
You don't?
No, because it's not a kitchen roll holder. I'm going to get my kitchen roll to stand on that.
There's a word for people like you.
Do you know what? The cameras don't do him no justice.
Oh no, they don't. They never do. Doesn't matter how good a camera you got, they never do it justice. So I'm just going to give it one more coat of wax, and we'll buff it off with the safety cloth.
We've got wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off, Danielson.
Oh, that is nice, yeah. It looks, like I say, it looks so much better when you can see it in person than on the screen, definitely. I'm going to hold a lot of sweets though, bud.
How tight you are.
Yeah, you'll laugh. Git. He's sulking because I give his Toblerone to his daughter.
Do right. It's not just my Toblerone, is it? It's like the chocolate orange that you give her and all the other stuff. And I'm like, I bought you a Toblerone. Oh, thanks, darling.
Well,
Oh, by the way,
M&M's.
where's my Toblerone? Oh, I gave it to Chloe. Oh, thanks for that. The joys of being the only male in a household. Right, so this is going to be used with the safety cloth. Like I say, do try these guys because these are really, really good. I mean, I used these quite a while ago and sort of didn't buy any more, but I bought some when I was down in Scarborough the other weekend, and I'm really, really glad I did. Cause, whoops. See, that's the good thing about not holding on to it. I'm really glad I did buy some because they do bring the piece up a bit better than tissue for sure. I suppose if you wanted to, if you was really tight, you could wash them out. Just rotate that again. Just get the back of buff while I'm here.
Douglas Mungham said, Steve, that looks fantastic. Ruby Claire says, very nice, Steve.
Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. I really do appreciate the comments from you guys.
Terry said, nice finish, grasshopper. Woodwork Learner said, just be thankful you're allowed in the house. In my house. My house.
Right. That's it. That's as much polishing as I'm going to get. There you go. Look at that. Stunning piece of wood. Stunning piece of wood. All the wood I've got from Michael is absolutely stunning. And I will not hesitate to get any more from him at all. It's lovely wood. Clean that out a little bit better. There you go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Nicely finished with
said, cool. I can now organise my colours into lovely little pots.
Yeah, do it, Ben.
Them.
Ben, you need to be making yourself one of these, mate. Where's my camera? Camera. Oh, it's over here, Stephen. Make yourself one of these, Ben. Absolutely awesome for putting your colours in. So easy, just sits on the shelf. Don't have to have individual bottles sitting around. Takes 10 minutes to make one. Just a hole saw, whatever size your bottle is. And then all I did is I ripped some strips down on the band, on the bandsaw, top and bottom the same size. Ripped and just super glued it all together, mate. So easy to make, and it just keeps everything organised. Right, so let's have a look at this puppy. Tailstock. Let's get it out. And the platter. Right, so there we go. Nice little. Well, it's not little. It's about 12 inches across.
It's real inches.
Well, let's have a measure up. The actual finished measurement is 298 millimeters or 11 3/4 inches. No, that's not 11 3/4. Yeah, sorry, 11 3/4 inches. So that's the actual size. Started off just over 12 inches, the biggest I could get on the lathe. But that has come out really nice. Really, really nice. Like that. Nice piece of wood. Like I said, that Michael is selling some awesome wood, and I will not hesitate to buy any more from him. So there we go. Nice piece. Really, really nice piece. Oh, Nicola, there you go. Douglas Munham. Amazon are doing a 4.5 kilo bar of Toblerone reduced.
No, I ain't getting it.
Oh,
Phil J said, do you mind showing the embellishment wax you used?
yes, of course I will.
Brent said, well executed, excellent looking piece. Philip J said, stunning. Door 60, great job, Steve. Doug Miller, beautiful. Brian, brilliant turn. Steve, well done. Great show, Nikki. See you all next week.
Thank you
Norm
very much.
Greenwell, great job.
Right, so Hampshire Sheen embellishing wax. They come in, I'll tell you the colours they come in. They come in, obviously purple, because that one sits there. They come in bronze, pink, black, blue, green, silver, gold, white. I think that's all because that's what I've got. So I would imagine that's the only colours they come in. Really, really good. Go a long way. Like I say, you only need a little tiny piece. You know what I mean? Tins obviously are full. You don't need a great deal. 60 grams in a tin. You don't need a great deal, and I don't think they're expensive. But what Martin does do, if you want to have a go at them and try them, he actually does the trial packs. So you can buy all the colours. I think they've changed the colours now because they brought out the pink. So I think he ditched one colour and put a pink in it. So yeah, so obviously the colours I've read out are the new colours. I can't remember the colour he ditched, but yeah, you can buy a trial pack, not expensive. Go on to Martin's website. Nicola, can you find the wood shops web page and put the link in, please? If you go to Martin's shop, I think it is called the Wood Shop, and have a look and order yourself some absolutely awesome kit. You know what I mean? I do rate the Hampshire Sheen products, and again,
I can't get it up. We don't know how to do it.
Type in Google search the Wood Shop.
You said on YouTube.
No, on Google search the Wood Shop. There you go.
Is that it? Woodshop Direct? Ain't it?
No. That one, no.
That one?
No. I'll see if I can find it on my computer. Anyway, I think that's called the Wood Shop. Or is it the Woodturning Shop? I can't remember what it's called. There's that many blooming shop names out there. Let's see if I can find it for you. Anyway,
Did you say that's... Right, let me just do...
let's have a look. I think it's called the Woodturning Shop, to be honest. Yeah, Les Vaughan. Yeah, here it is. I got it.
Alright, okay.
It's called the Woodturning Shop. So if you go on to, I'll put in the link for that into the chat. Martin, obviously,
your dad's on.
Has he? Oh,
Big
Dad.
enough to have your dinner on.
So here's the link for it. Pop over and have a look. Like I say, he does obviously the intrinsic colours he does in starter pack as well, and also he does the embellishing wax in starter packs as well, so you can have a go. And then obviously, if you decide you want to go with them, you only have to. You mean I bought the starter pack to start with, and then as I wanted the colours because my other ones had run out, I replaced them with the bigger tins. And the same with the intrinsics as well. Started off with a smaller pack, and then as I wanted them, well, actually I bought the bigger pack when I went to a show the next time. But you can just buy the colours that you require. But just remember with the intrinsics of the bigger bottles, they don't come with the squirty bottles. You have to buy the squirty bits separate. But no, good products, really good products. And as you might have seen my video from, I think it was Wednesday, you can also mix the intrinsics in with the with resin, so to colour resin, so even more beneficial there. Right, so after I've finished promoting myself, there's the platter, just under 12 inches. I put a mortise in the back here. I'm going to put my logo in the back there, I think. I put that in there because I've got a feeling that Nick's going to tax it, so at least I can put it back in the chuck and finish it off again because it's going to need repolishing now and again. So there you go. Hopefully that is it.
You got some lovely comments. I'm not going to read them all because I'll be here
Oh, go on, go on.
No, because I need to
Go
get on.
on, go on, read them to me.
No, I'm going to be here all afternoon, but they're all really good. And I'll tell you, Ben, because Steve won't, but he does make them boxes up. So
What boxes?
those boxes, flat pack, won't you?
Yeah, I will do him flat pack one if he wants one. But I'm sure he's quite capable of making himself one, to be honest. So yeah, I think we're there. I think everybody, I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed turning that. It's been a while since I turned a platter. And the wood is absolutely, like I say, the wood is absolutely stunning. Beautiful piece of wood. So, is there any questions? If there's no questions, then we'll knock it on the head. We're getting it all at 2:30. Perfect.
Yep.
Paula, can you also look at Browax if you want?
Well, I'm going to go. Take care, everyone. Have a lovely afternoon, and I'll speak to you next week. Bye.
Bye. You done your headset off? Right. If that's it then, folks, we'll go. Come back on camera quickly. I know you don't want to see me, but I want to see you. So there we go. Nice little bowl, or platter even. Nice little. I'll get some pictures up of this and put it on social media. Because like Nick said, the actual cameras don't do it justice. So I'll get some pictures after the live. And we'll get the pictures up. So obviously Terry tomorrow, Mark in the evening, then Brian will have a premiere, and obviously all the normal guys through the week. I'm not sure who's on. I lose track of who's on. I don't know if it's Keith or Andy or whatever. I lose track of them all. So we have next Friday night, we have the Christmas Battle of the Makers special. Hope you can all come over and watch us on that. On there as contestants, we have Martin Sabin Smith, Les Vaughan, Colwyn Wade, Craig Steele, myself, and Mark will be there. So hopefully that's going to be a bit of fun-filled evening for us. A massive thank you to everybody who came over to support us on the last Battle of the Makers. And again, congratulations to Joe, Brian, and Lewis of the Gold Hunters for winning the 2021. We will be back on the 21st of January, starting off a new season of Battle of the Makers, and we'll run that through till next November, just to bring a bit of fun, hopefully. People seem to enjoy it, so we said we'd carry it on, and all the contestants have agreed that we'll carry it on. So I'm looking forward to the new season of that on the 21st of January. Sunday is the start of the hashtag week. I think from what myself and a few of the other guys were saying the other night, we're going to do a Christmas project for I am going to be doing a Christmas project all through of December. Hopefully we can find enough to do some interesting projects as well. So there's one that I'm really excited to have a go at. I've been wanting to have a go at it for a while, but I haven't had a chance to, so I'm looking forward to that. So make sure you come over and check us all out for that. Obviously, follow everybody you can. Follow everybody in the chat. Show your love. It's Christmas spirit. Let's get the joy going, ready for Christmas. So with that, now I've bored you. I'm going to go. I'll speak to you guys in the week. Take care. Have a great week. And if I don't see you before, I will see you next Friday on the Christmas special about the Makers. Take care for now. Bye. And thanks all for coming over. Bye.
That's all, folks.